Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jillian. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. As you guys can tell by the title, today I'll be doing my first commentary video. If some of you guys watch my Q&A video, if you guys watch my Q&A video, you would know that one of the questions was what type of content I'll be producing on this channel, and one of the things I named was commentary. Now, I'm only going to be doing commentary when there's a topic that I really want to talk about, or if it's like, you know, a movie or a show that I really want to react to, and when I feel like it. So as you guys can see, today we are going to be talking about a very serious subject, and that is romanticizing mental health and this obsession with mental health that's present in our culture today. One thing that inspired me to actually make this video was I've kind of always had this opinion about how people kind of romanticize the idea of having depression or anxiety, and it piqued my interest when I got on YouTube, because I actually seen a few YouTubers that I follow talk about this subject. But with that being said, I have seen some interesting tweets, interesting posts, interesting edits that for more or less like rub me the wrong way. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about are the posts or the tweets and edits that I would see surrounding this subject of mental health. So I'm on Twitter. I would see a post that maybe says something like, I have depression, LOL. And I'm literally that would be like the post. It would say like, I have depression, LOL. Or, man, my anxiety is really kicking in today. So I don't know, it'd be something. But what makes it more interesting are the comments that I would see under this post. So I would, read Twitter threads, which was probably my first mistake. But it would be people replying like, yes, girl, or like, same sis, or yeah, because depression, and I don't know. It would just be this very almost quirky, funny, making light of exchange. And I want to make one thing clear. I am not saying that you can't make jokes or that you can't make light of a situation. I understand the need to use like dark humor or humor in general. What I mean when I say romanticizing is I would see a post. I would see beautifully edited, aesthetically pleasing posts surrounding the subject of having severe depression or having anxiety or having anxiety attacks. So I would see, sad girl post or sad boy post, and it turns into an aesthetic. And then when I actually click into the profile or click into, on the person's page, their whole page would be dedicated to this sad girl aesthetic. Like they would have excessive posts about depression and anxiety. Now I will say this, I know that Tumblr in particular is under new management, so I do believe that they are cracking down on like stuff like that, and then Instagram is doing some weird thing with hashtags. So I don't see those posts as excessive as I did like say last year, because like I said, there is a fine line between actually spreading awareness and romanticizing awareness. So when people post excessively about something, they usually do it to draw attention to whatever it is that they're posting. For example, if I'm in a feature film, I'm going to post about it excessively because I want to draw attention to that film. And when you start to do something like that with mental health or the mental health struggles that you go through, like depression or anxiety, the line between performative and authentic can blur. Now we as people, we have to determine what we feel is authentic and performative for ourselves. But that can get dangerous and that can get tricky because, we don't ever want to discredit or, discount anybody, especially if they're going through, something as challenging as depression. And that was half the reason why I was nervous to make this video, because I don't want people saying, well, Jill said that when you post excessively about this, then I'm faking my depression or I'm faking my anxiety. No, because I'm not saying that. But I am saying that when you post something excessively like that, how you present it matters. Because for me, it's all about the presentation, right? It's all about how you present something. And with some of these posts almost look inspirational, you know, inspiring, beautiful, mysterious, quirky, and presenting mental health that way, especially to young impressionable teens, can be very dangerous and irresponsible. I also wanted to mention how it's a difference when you use art as a tool to express how you feel and express what you've been going through, and using that as a platform to raise awareness and to start a conversation, versus how some of these other posts are being presented as a means of romanticizing and almost glorifying it. And unfortunately, the media also helps with this romanticizing, almost fetishizing mental health, because you know what? We see it in our favorite characters. We see it in the TV shows we watch. We see it in our favorite anime girls and our favorite anime boys. And then we all want to go on Twitter or Tumblr or whatever social media site you use, and you see these beautifully edited images of all of these characters who suffer from these mental illnesses, edited it in a way that's almost calming and aesthetically pleasing and even kind of cute. Then we have merch that, again, advertises, and I would even say promotes, mental health in a way that's not equal to raising awareness. You know, I'm all for people who want to use their platform to advocate for mental health, or even having merch that starts a conversation, but not this money hungry, capitalizing way that the media sells it to you. Not to mention, all mental health is not created equal. Yeah, because having depression and anxiety is popular and trendy, but you wouldn't dare make a beautifully aesthetically pleasing post about psychopathy. Although some people do romanticize serial killers, but you know what? That's another video. You wouldn't wear merch that's almost promoting schizophrenia. You wouldn't wear something that says "my voices have voices." Why? Because that hits different. Because that's not cute or funny or quirky. But guess what? Neither is having anxiety. And when I say that all mental health is not created equally, I'm also talking about that in a racial sense, because unfortunately in the Black community, mental health is still a topic that is very taboo and stigmatizing, and we don't talk about it as much as we should, because it is often believed that we'll eventually get over it or we'll eventually be okay. And unfortunately, that introduces the problematic notion that everyone kind of expects Black men and Black women to be strong. When I go on social media, I'm seeing these edits of, you know, Black characters who have endured a series amount of emotional pain and trauma. But the way the post is set up, it's set up to say that they are very strong and that they will overcome, versus the small, cute, precious, sad girl, little beam aesthetic. And the media supports that narrative because it's present in our films. That idea that we're strong and that we can overcome anything. But again, that is a whole nother video. But there is a video that I seen that talks about this. In particular, it talks about it with Black women. I'll link it down below. That is the Takes video called The Strong Black Girl Trope. So I'll link that in the description below. And before I kind of wrap things up here, I do want to give one more disclaimer. That again, I am not saying that you cannot share your experiences or share your stories or use art as a way of expressing yourself. But to appear to be dealing with these mental health struggles in the way in which they are presented needs work. We need to understand that there is a huge difference in us feeling sad or having depressing moments versus someone who deals with the daily struggles of having depression. There's a difference between us feeling anxious and nervous versus someone who deals with an anxiety disorder. The oversharing and the influx of people who are suddenly so depressed and have so much anxiety and using it as a way to look quirky, more interesting, or even using it as an aesthetic takes away from the people who are actually dealing with these struggles on a daily basis. Dealing with a mental illness is not a personality trait, but more so something that affects your personality. And while it's a good thing that these subjects are being more commonly discussed, we also need to sit back and discern what is raising awareness and what is promotion. Thank you guys so much for listening to this video. I would love to have a civil conversation about what you think of this in the comments. I hope that everything I said made sense. I worked really hard trying to get my points across in this video, and I just hope that no one takes it the wrong way. But anyways, if you have any mental health organizations and things that you want to comment down below for people to support, please do that. Anyways, until next time, remember guys, stay blessed and stay safe. Goodbye.